We'll have a chance to shake His Excellency's hand. Welcome again to Borron House. Before we...
A very warm Bulabinakan, Isam Bulabinakan, a very good morning to you all, now friends from the media. It is always a great honor and privilege for me to represent our beloved nation in receiving your i-Tatau and in conveying to you our collective good wishes for a successful tour this time to Australia and New Zealand to enable you to compete in the forthcoming 2018 Under-18 Tri-Nation Schoolboys Tournament and the 2018 Junior Rugby Championship. And I wish to start by acknowledging the presence of i-Tatau, Reverend Katamiwai, i-Tatau, your words of encouragement, but more importantly, the very short and equally inspirational spiritual presentation that should guide this young team of rugby players to success. I also acknowledge the Fiji Rugby Union and the Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby Union for paving the pathway for these aspiring young men who have decided to develop their interests in order to improve their individual and collective performance as they pursue a career in rugby. Congratulations to all the members of the Vodafone Under-18 and 16 teams for your sacrifice and hard work during the past few weeks, which has culminated in your success in being selected into national teams. It's not easy. It's been hard couple of weeks, but you've done well. Your coaches and the management of the Fiji Rugby Union and the Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby Union have no doubt noticed your passion and your determination in playing good rugby at your level, which has tangibly manifested in your ultimate selection. Now, well done, and congratulations once again. Now, while the Under-16 team will be participating in 4 matches in the 2018 Junior Rugby Championship, scheduled from the 28th of this month to the 6th of October, the Under-18 team will play in the Tri-Nation Schoolboys Tournament, playing 3 matches from the 27th of September to the 5th of October, within the next couple of days. Now, Under-18 players will be competing in test matches against the New Zealand Barbarians and the New Zealand Maori, with their first game scheduled against the Wellington Samoans later on in the tournament. Hard matches. I'm informed that the objectives of this tour are fourfold. The tour is essentially a groundbreaking initiative and undertaking to develop the sport of rugby at the secondary school level. It is also an ideal opportunity to expose our young and talented players in playing international teams at a higher level and against the backdrop of a more intense, robust, and competitive atmosphere. In fact, such an exposure is invaluable and should assist our coaches, but more importantly, you, our young players of today, to know what to expect when you play at the international level. I can assure you that it is going to be undoubtedly a very sharp learning curve for most of you in terms of gaining more experience, so make the most of this ideal opportunity. All your scheduled matches are important qualifying games to enable you to progress further in playing against other Australian and New Zealand school teams whose players are young like you and equally fit and determined like you. You will have to win your test matches. Therefore, my advice to you is to remain focused and follow your game plans as articulated by your coaches. And bear in mind that we wasala sa turong doit may we turong tatalong din ko. There may even be opportunities to secure scholarships or even contracts. That's interesting. While the prospects of being offered rugby scholarships or securing a contract are realities, Your primary goal now is to represent the nation to the best of your abilities and to put into practice the skills and knowledge that your coaches have shared with you over the last couple of weeks. Now, this is your chance to prove your worth. Be the best you can be. At this junction, I would like to remind you again of my advice to all our sportsmen and women during past i-Tatau presentations. By all means, enjoy the opportunity to represent your country as you compete in what I understand is going to be a very tough tournament. Enjoy the sights. I'm sure most of you will be traveling for the first time. By all means, make new friends. But always remember that you are representing your families, your schools, your villages, and our beloved nation, Fiji. Have fun, but be good ambassadors on and off the field. I urge you to maintain the spirit of true sportsmanship, again, on and off the field. Maximize on your strengths and play as a team. Trust your game instincts, respect your opponents, as you've heard from the i-Tatau. Acknowledge and always remember the advice and the rugby tips given to you by your team officials and coaches, and always remain aware of the fact that you represent a rugby-mad and loving nation whose best wishes and prayers are always with you. Regardless of whether you become a member of the future Flying Fijians, secure overseas scholarships, or change your sport of choice later on, I encourage you to seek divine guidance and strength always in your chosen path. I also encourage you to join me in the campaign to build a fit and healthy nation and to reduce non-communicable diseases-related ailments in society. I want you to join me in my capacity as our nation's chief advocate and champion in our national effort to fight against the prevalence of NCDs, which unfortunately has adversely impeded social and economic progress with its negative impact on productivity. You are young and fit, so please continue to remain active and help promote health and wellness within your respective families, your communities, and our nation. Enjoy your trip to Australia and New Zealand, look after one another, and stay safe. Now, I will thank you. May Almighty God continue to bless you and our beloved nation. Now,
How's that?